I was born in 1961. I'm 64 years old and I've been lifting weights for over 50 years. And just like everybody else, right from the beginning, I have been looking for that one true supplement that really works. Over the years, creatine has gotten the most positive buzz. So what is creatine? Creatine is a combination of 3 amino acids that are heavily involved in energy production in the muscles. Now, it's stored in the muscles, but the muscles are generally not at saturation. In other words, you can fit more creatine in. And when you supplement, the idea is that you do fit more creatine into the muscles. You get more creatine into the muscles. That provides for additional energy. That provides for additional work. That additional work increases the amount of progress that you can actually make. Honestly, it sounds pretty good at first. High-intensity progressive resistance training, aka weightlifting, damages your body, your muscles mostly. When your body repairs that damage, it overcompensates. It tries to build you back stronger. It tries to adapt you to the stress. That's why I always talk about adaptive stress. You have to reach the adaptive stress threshold in your workouts or you will not progress. Now, it is possible to exceed your adaptive stress threshold to get to a point where the amount of damage you're causing your body is more than you can recover from before your next workout. When that happens, you will begin to stagnate. If you push it far enough, you will begin to break your body down. So it's not actually how much work you can do that's going to be the limit on your progress. It's going to be the amount of work that you can recover from that is going to be the limit on how far you can progress. That's why steroids are so effective. Steroids increase nitrogen retention. In simple terms, they increase the amount of damage, the amount of workload that your muscles can recover from. That's why they allow you to progress beyond your natural limitations. Creatine, obviously, does not have this recovery augmenting effect. This is not just an academic or theoretical analysis. I've used creatine. I found no response to it whatsoever. I couldn't tell you whether I was taking it or not. I've talked to other guys who have used creatine. They said the same thing. Now, why? Well, most likely because each one of us had at least 10 years of high-intensity weightlifting experience. We were already working at the limits of our recovery. And from all that adaptive stress, we had more than likely saturated our muscles with creatine. So adding more into our diet wasn't going to change anything for us at all. So when a study came out recently questioning the overall effectiveness of creatine, I was not surprised. To be fair, there are lots of studies out there supporting creatine. But what's different with this study is that this study tried to separate the loading from the training phase. It started the test group on creatine supplementation prior to starting the high-intensity progressive weightlifting, strength training, resistance training. And what they found was that, yes, during that initial loading phase, the test group put on lean body mass. But when the training started, the amount of lean body mass that the test group that was getting creatine and the control group that was not getting creatine, the amount of lean body mass they put on during the training phase was the same. That's what led the study authors to conclude that what had actually been observed is what they observed, that the loading phase was the reason for the lean body mass increase. It's just more creatine and the water that the creatine draws into the muscles. It was not actually an increase in muscle, and the creatine had no benefit beyond that. Now, I won't say this is conclusive, but it sure as hell puts a big dent in creatine's reputation. And added to the fact that when you look at the basic underlying theory of how creatine is supposed to work, and that really doesn't hold water either, I would say that it's time to consider getting off of this particular supplement bandwagon. Enjoy the video? Let me know. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.